Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. Apologies about the appearance. It's just the afternoon, as you can see by the clock. But yeah, it's a little bit of a, not a hectic day. There's people who, actually have hectic days. But yeah, it's been quite a busy one so far. Basically, story time again. Frau Clueless, the better half, has left for Rome for 11 days, and yeah, and in 9 days I'll be leaving for England, so I won't see her until halfway through October. So saw her off and then had to go do some shopping for the week, that sort of thing. And we'd just been to her mum's house. Mum's? What? We'd just been to her mum's house over the weekend. So we left Potter, the cat. By the way, it's so bright outside. Nice and cool though, it's not warm. Perfect temperatures right now. Well, yeah, it is a little bit warm even for, coming towards the end of September. But, a Clueless Drinker video wouldn't be a Clueless Drinker video without at least mentioning the weather. So, yeah, so I've been out and we left the cat at a friend's house. And I've got my German language class tonight, so we were initially gonna, I was gonna get picked up and then I'd bring them back and they drop me off, but they only work, until like 6 or something like that, and that wouldn't leave me much time to get the cat and then get ready. So I thought, I'll just go. We've got a key to your house. I'll get it all ready. So I had to bring a cat toilet with me. If you've seen Hotter the cat, you know that he's a big fucker. So he was really heavy, and I had to go on buses with him, and I didn't know which bus to get because I'm stupid and can't read bus timetables. So yeah, that was fun. But while I was out, I stumbled across, well, someone posted this on a group I'm part of, a German craft beer group that I'm a member of, and they were showing that some supermarkets were stocking this. And it's basically a free pack of beers from Köstritzer, who of course make the Schwarzbier. And this is part of the, like, a specialty range. And, I've had a couple of these beers before, but such a long time ago, so I can't remember anything about them. But basically, you get a pale ale, a wit beer, and a red lager, which is what I'm going to be drinking today. So you get those beers, and you also get a tasting glass with them as well for like €4. So you can't really complain, even if they may not be the greatest example of the style that they are going for. The only thing is, the reason why I think it was $4.99 was because these go out of date. Well, the best before on all of the bottles is 30th of November, so they're not exactly completely fresh. But yeah, I'm not too sure how long these have been. This box specifically has been in circulation, but I'm sure the flavours won't be too ruined or anything like that. And yeah, it's lunchtime, so to go with them, I came across Bert's Thick Cut Potato Chips, the Guinness flavour, which I've not had Guinness for a long time because it's bloody expensive here in Germany. But I don't remember them tasting like this because apparently it uses Guinness flavourings for the crisps. So I'm not too sure. But they are good. I mean, I'll show you what they look like if you've not seen them. Look at that. They've got like a dark greyish colour from the flavourings, but really good. And I think Bert's do the Witchwood crisps, don't they? I can't remember. So I've got the beer here. Had it in the fridge for a little bit, not too long. Not actually long since got in, to be honest. And I've noticed I'd forgotten the bottle opener, so I'll have to use this one. But yeah, a red lager. I thought I'd start off with the more accessible beers of the three. And I'm in the mood for a good lager. When in Germany, drink as the Germans do. And I think this is based on a Vienna lager. So I'll get this opened. There's a nice little crown. I like the labelling on these, and of course the crown reflects the labelling as well. I'll quickly read you what the ingredients are in this. It uses water, obviously. It was water from somewhere, but I can't read it. Then the malts used are Pilsner malts, Melanodian malts, I think that's how it's pronounced. It's actually quite hard to see because it's shiny and gold writing, and I've got sun beaming on it. Special X malts, and then the hops are Perla, Hallertauer, and Tradition. So yeah, sounds like a nice little lager. Anyway, this video's really terrible so far. Let's get the beer poured into the glass. It's a nice little glass actually, and yeah, for that price, you know, it's worth the glass alone already, and you can never have too many nice glasses. So, beer in the glass, and yeah, it's definitely a ruby red lager. Got a slight copperish hint to it as well. Head is slightly, well, it is off-white, slightly khaki, not khaki, like someone keeps telling me I say it like. And of course the cat decides to come visit me now. But yeah, it looks good. It looks like a nice ruby red lager. Can you tell that I've not actually recorded a beer review for quite a while of doing this? But yeah, anyway, looks good. Looks really nice in the glass. And yeah, got great light coming through so you can see exactly through it. It's, you know, clear as day. But yeah, nice levels of carbonation. So, should we give it a sniff? And yeah, it just smells like a lager, to be honest. Malty, it's got that sort of grassy, straw, almost aroma to it. There's like maybe a bit of toffee in there as well, and a slight caramel, and a cat who just really wants beer, I suppose. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? And of course he has to sit down. Yeah, as you can see, now I'm not giving you a sniff. Don't give me that dirty look. Come on, get off the table. There we go. Good boy. But yeah, on the aroma, it's got a nice sweet smell to it. Sort of reminds me ever so slightly of like sort of like a hobgoblin, like a ruby ale. I know people will be shouting at the screens for me for citing Hobgoblin as a good example of a ruby ale, but I really enjoy Hobgoblin. But yeah, it's got that sort of like sweet, slightly cinnamony, slight nutmeg, and then you've got a nice, very slight earthy malt presence as well. It smells good. Enough with the waffling, let's get on with the swigging. Cheers. It's actually really quite bitter, that. A lot bitter than I was expecting it to be honest. And I'm getting more of like a citrusy character to it. You get a lot of hops in there, actually, for it. It's not like what you get from like a craft lager, where it's like might be single hopped, almost to the point where it's bordering on a pale ale. It's nowhere near that region. The hop presence reminds me of like a really nice hoppy pilsner, to be honest. Slight caramel in there as well. It's got a nice medium mouthfeel. The bitterness on the back end settles down a little bit, and it's really nice and pleasant. Leaves it slightly dry. Not a really dry beer, but getting some spice notes in there as well. Maybe a hint of coriander also, and ever so slight pepperiness. But yeah, it's got like a spice mix sort of flavour to it. The more I drink it, it gets a little bit less sweeter. Even though it wasn't really sweet, you just got like that slight toned down caramel flavour. But yeah, it's not bad at all. But it's not the best red lager that I've ever had. And I don't know, Beck's do one of these as well as part of their little craft line. And it seems to have a little bit more character. And again, that beer reminds me of Hobgoblin. So if you wanted to taste a German take on a Hobgoblin, then this is it. So, you know, that's going to either get a lot of people really wanting to try this one, or a lot of people just turning their noses at it instantly. Would I go out my way to buy it again? No, I wouldn't. Do I feel cheated for paying €5? No, it's not too bad. The glass is better than the beer, but it's not a bad beer. And, you know, fair play to Köstritzer for... apologies for my mispronunciation. Fair play to them for actually doing these sorts of beers and putting them in 500ml bottles and not just like crappy 330ml bottles. And yeah, it's a taste impact, so it's about the experience with something like this. And if you like them, you'll buy beers from them in the future. If you don't like them, then you'll just forget about it. And hey, you've got a glass at the end of it. But yeah, fairly inoffensive beer. Solidly crafted enough. It's just not the greatest example of the style that they were trying to go for. So in terms of a rating, actually, I'd give it a 7 out of 10 actually, which is actually not too bad of a score. But yeah, it's not bad at all. So if you find yourself in Germany and you come across the pack of free beers, for the glass and this already, the price is good so far. So only time will tell how well the pale ale and the wit beer tastes. And that looks like it's got some nice gunk in there on the wit beer. So yeah, very excited to try those ones on camera, and hopefully they'll be a bit better than this review. Yeah, I've just been completely out of practice because I've started to upload videos and schedule them. So it gives you a little bit of breathing space, because I was at that point where I'm just every beer, well, I still do it. Every time I buy a beer, I do a review of it, but I've not really been drinking that many new beers. I've been drinking more of the beers that I drink usually, that sort of thing. And, you know, when I'm in England, I've got the Rainbow Project box to drink, as well as whatever I pick up when I go to places like Beermoth or the Northern Beer Temple in Wigan. So yeah, I wanted to tone it down a little bit, but you know, seeing that, you know, I've got the house, well, the apartment to myself for a good week and a bit, I thought, why not do some beer reviews? And yeah, not too bad. This actually would really complement those crisps, by the way. Nice meaty crisps. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Köstritzer. Is it Köstritzer or Köstritzer? Köstritzer, not Ricker, that's a Z. Yeah, not bad. Fair play for them to try this. They've done, their red lager is a lot more flavourful than Beck's attempt at it, but you will probably find a lot of craft brewers doing this sort of beer who will do a bit more of a better job, a little bit more pronounced on the hop character, a little bit more flavour in general. But yeah, not too bad. I like the Schwarzbier that they do. I enjoyed the Keller beer that they do, and the red lager. It's not my favourite of the three, but that I've had so far. But it's good. It's a good beer, and it just shows you the progress of how the craft scene is developing here in Germany. Not just for the fact that there are so many craft breweries now, but for the fact that big established breweries are getting in on the market. And yeah, I think this would be a good box for people who are wanting to get into craft beer. I mean, Schneiderweiss do their cult box, which is, you know, you get about 4 or 5 beers in a glass for €6. So it's great to see these big breweries doing stuff like this, even though Schneiderweiss have been doing, you know, really interesting stuff for a good few years now. But yeah, this review turned into a long ramble, and I'm going to cut it off there. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of this beer, going to enjoy the rest of the Guinness crisps. And yeah, if you've tried this one, let me know your thoughts and opinions. So you're a fan of the brewery, what you think of the Schwarzbier, let me know down below. And yeah, I hope you will join me for another beer review. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you later. Cheers.